Part 38. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 371. Sir, the Holy Demon Realm has become the supreme world. Ye Chen and the others already have 9-star heavenly Dao level strength in the Holy Demon Realm. Should we wait before entering? A black-armored cultivator next to the silver-robed middle-aged man said. The middle-aged man in silver robe said, "If we delay, we will return to a narrow escape. With our strength, entering the Holy Demon Realm is not a big problem. Come right in." According to the information obtained, Ye Chen and Luo Hanjian both have 9-star heavenly level strength, but Ye Chen and the others may not dare to target them easily. As long as they linger in the Holy Demon Realm for a period of time, their strength can be greatly enhanced. Entering the Holy Demon Realm can adapt to the environment of July universe as well as the environment of the Holy Demon Realm. Yes, sir. The 400 or so black-armored cultivators in the Kurosaki battleship said in unison. They now have more than 30% of the strength of their heyday, and when they enter the Holy Demon Realm, they should have 1.67% of the strength of their heyday, which is not bad. It is equivalent to dozens of Tiandao 7 stars and 3 to 400 Tiandao 6 stars. Calculated, it is equivalent to a dozen Tiandao 9-star powerhouses. Maybe not much worse than Ye Chen and the others. Buzz. The Kurosaki battleship emits powerful waves. The next second, the Kurosaki battleship disappeared and descended directly into the Holy Demon Realm. The area where they appeared was a bit far away from the Tianyang dynasty. The Holy Demon Realm has now become the supreme world and has become much larger. Even if Ye Chen reaches them from the Tianyang dynasty, it will take 3 to 5 minutes. The silver-robed middle-aged man's consciousness spread out instantly. There are still many creatures in other places in the Holy Demon Realm, and the silver-robed middle-aged man soon heard a lot of news from the mouths of the creatures in other places. Many people sang praises for Ye Chen. Even those who were once hostile forces. The Tianyang dynasty is blocking it. The middle-aged man in silver robe secretly frowned. From the discussions of many others, he knew that the Tianyang dynasty was now shrouded in mist, and he had no idea what was going on inside. Many people in the rest of the Holy Demon Realm tried to enter the Tianyang dynasty, but they all turned out in a daze, and they were unable to get close to the Tianyang dynasty. Ye Chen's sermon was only for the people of the Tianyang dynasty. There is no intention to benefit the rest of the Holy Demon Realm. In the Holy Demon Realm, there used to be some forces that were hostile to him and the Tianyang dynasty. Now that he doesn't kill those forces, it's good for them. Walk. The Kurosaki battleship headed directly towards the Tianyang dynasty. Entering the Holy Demon Realm, the performance of the Kurosaki battleship has also been greatly affected, but it is still as fast as an ordinary 9-star heavenly Dao level powerhouse. Soon the Kurosaki battleship approached the Tianyang dynasty. Fog ahead. Master Ye Chen, listen here, we are from Black Dragon Palace and we have something to talk to you about. The middle-aged man in silver robe said solemnly. In the Tianyang dynasty, Ye Chen was giving a lecture. Wait, there's something wrong. Ye Chen summoned him, and he continued to preach. He couldn't stop mid-sentence. Throughout the Tianyang dynasty, 3-year-old children were listening to Ye Chen's sermons, mesmerized. Among the tens of billions of people in the Tianyang dynasty, more than 9 billion now have saint-level cultivation, and 30 million of them already have heaven-level cultivation. What is this concept? Even if all of these 30 million people only have 1-star heavenly Dao level cultivation, their combined strength is equivalent to 3 to 4,000 9-star heavenly Dao level experts. In fact, many of these 30 million people have already reached Tiandao's 2-star level of cultivation, and some of the more talented ones have even reached Tiandao's 3-star level. There are still 9 billion saint-level people in the Tianyang dynasty. Among them, figures at the level of holy kings and holy emperors account for 40 to 50%. The current comprehensive strength of the Tianyang dynasty, if calculated, is definitely comparable to 10,000 9-star heavenly Dao level experts. And so many strong men are not in disarray. The people of the Tianyang dynasty are now incredibly loyal to Luo Hongjian and Ye Chen. Hurry up and don't keep us waiting. I'll come to you if I need anything. The middle-aged man in silver robe was domineering and authentic. Everyone, listen, we are here to collect protection fees. We got news that the July universe has basically been unified, so we are here. Originally, we thought that the Xuanhuan realm unified the July universe, so we went to the Xuanhuan realm first. The middle-aged man in silver robe said. The rest of the people understand instantly. When the July universe is unified, it will be easier for more powerful forces to come and collect protection fees. It makes perfect sense for them to show up. They can offer a price that Ye Chen cannot accept, and then slowly grind with Ye Chen. During this time, they can gradually adapt to the environment here. They've done this before. Even if the strong men in the weak universe are filled with hatred, they are afraid of the power behind them. The strong men in the weak universe do not dare to do anything to them. 5 days passed, and this sermon ended. Many people in the entire Tianyang dynasty achieved breakthroughs during Ye Chen's preaching. Who are you and what are you doing here? Ye Chen and his voice came from the Tianyang dynasty. The middle-aged man in silver robe collected the Kurosaki battleship, and 400 of them strong men appeared. Ye Chen, we come from Black Dragon Palace. Our Black Dragon Palace is an extremely powerful force. The nearby universe must be within our sphere of influence. Our Lord has calculated that the July universe has been basically unified, so he asked us to come and inform you that you will need to pay taxes to our Black Dragon Palace next. After paying taxes, your July universe will be protected by our Black Dragon Palace. Otherwise, what awaits you is destruction. The silver-robed middle-aged man spoke arrogantly and aggressively. He had done this kind of work more than once or twice. He was very familiar with it. Even though their current cultivation was suppressed a lot, Ye Chen should be able to see what kind of strength they were originally. Come in. Ye Chen said lightly. The silver-robed middle-aged man smiled slightly, and it seemed that the action was smoother than expected. Some small and medium-sized universes resisted, but Ye Chen was not going to resist. Go in. The silver-robed middle-aged man and his 400 strong men rushed through the fog in an instant. Immediately, they felt something was wrong. Countless breaths pressed on them. Bang! Just after rushing into the interior of the Tianyang dynasty, their 400 strong men fell heavily from the air to the ground like meteorites. A big hole was smashed on the ground. Who am I? Where is this place? The silver-robed middle-aged man and his friends were all stunned instantly, and many of them spurted blood from their mouths. The people of the Tianyang dynasty are not as strong as them now, but there are too many of them. Even if they are just suppressed by their aura, they are enough to crush them to death. Even if there are many ants, they can still kill elephants. The gap between the people of the Tianyang dynasty and them is not as big as the gap between ants and elephants. The comprehensive strength of the silver-robed middle-aged man and his friends is now equivalent to a dozen 9-star Tiandao level strongmen, while the people of the Tianyang dynasty are equivalent to tens of thousands of 9-star Tiandao level strongmen. The difference in strength is nearly 1,000 times. Banned. Ye Chen easily imprisoned the cultivation of the silver-robed middle-aged man and his friends. The next second, the silver-robed middle-aged man and his friends were all led by Ye Chen into the Tianyang Imperial Palace. The people of the Tianyang dynasty immediately did what they had to do. This is a trivial matter for them. You. The silver-robed middle-aged man was speechless when he saw Ye Chen. He was still confused. What was going on in the Tianyang dynasty? The strength of the people was so terrible. Are they still ordinary people? Many of the children had saint-level cultivation, which completely subverted their cognition. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 372. Ye Chen said calmly, "You are not here to collect taxes, you are here to kill people." The pupils of some of the silver-robed middle-aged men shrank slightly. "If I only have the cultivation of the 9-star heavenly Dao, I may not be able to find it, but I have the strength of the immortal red dust immortal." The silver-robed middle-aged man looked ugly. They had hit a wall this time. If Ye Chen didn't know what they were doing here, they could slowly adapt to the environment here, but now Ye Chen would not give them such an opportunity. They were caught and there was no such opportunity. Of course, even if they adapted to the environment here, with the terror of the people of the Tianyang dynasty, they would only be crushed when they came with their full strength. "Ye Chen, we are from the Black Dragon Palace. The strength of our Black Dragon Palace is indeed extremely powerful. We did not lie to you about this," the silver-robed middle-aged man said in a deep voice. Ye Chen said calmly, "What universe are you from?" The silver-robed middle-aged man said, "We are from the Kunpeng universe, a high-level universe, more than 10,000 times stronger than a medium-level universe like yours." "Really 10,000 times stronger?" Ye Chen said with a smile. The silver-robed middle-aged man thought of the people of the Tianyang dynasty. Even if it is not 10,000 times stronger, it must be several hundred times stronger. "Our Black Dragon Palace is one of the strongest forces in the Kunpeng universe. Our Lord has achieved the glazed body. Since you know the red dust immortal, you should know what realm the glazed body is. The Lord's strength is 1,000 times stronger than people like you and me in the red dust immortal realm." Speaking of the latter, the silver-robed middle-aged man was much more confident. The tone was much heavier. Ye Chen said with a smile, "So you want to say that I should let you go, and then your Black Dragon Palace will send more strong people?" The silver-robed middle-aged man frowned secretly. "Ye Chen, this is your best choice. Although your strength is much stronger than we expected, there is still a huge gap compared to our Black Dragon Palace. You have to face this gap," the silver-robed middle-aged man said sternly. Ye Chen said indifferently, "Do you think I was scared?" The faces of the silver-robed middle-aged man and his companions changed slightly. If anyone said this, the large number of strong men who died in the Xuanhuan realm would probably express dissatisfaction. "Honestly explain your purpose, and I can consider just putting you under house arrest for the time being, otherwise I will kill you directly. It shouldn't be that easy for the strong men from your Black Dragon Palace to come to our July universe. It is estimated that there will be no strong men from other universes coming to the July universe for billions of years." The silver-robed middle-aged man and his companions looked gloomy, and they were in trouble now. Ye Chen's mind moved, and a master-servant contract of the 9-star heavenly Dao level appeared in front of him. "It's not a big problem to use this to control the 8-star heavenly Dao level people among you. Do I need to waste a master-servant contract scroll? If you don't tell me or lie, you will die." "I will keep my word," Ye Chen said indifferently. He still has 7 or 8 9-star heavenly Dao level master-servant contracts, but he will soon go to other higher universes, so he should save as much as possible. The silver-robed middle-aged man has about 400 people, so he can just ask directly. "You, tell me." Ye Chen pointed to an 8-star heavenly Dao strongman. "This guy is only 6-star heavenly Dao now." "Say, what?" The pointed strongman's face changed. Ye Chen said, "The purpose of your coming, and how many people did you send in total? How long did it take to get to us?" The pointed strongman was silent. If he told, it would be a betrayal, and his family would die. Puff. Ye Chen raised his hand and a sword energy pierced through the body of this strongman. He died immediately. "You tell me." Ye Chen pointed to the next one. "Ye Chen, don't embarrass them, I'll tell you." The silver-robed middle-aged man said coldly. "These people have been following him for quite some time." "Okay, tell me. But if I find out that you lied later, you will all die, and you will have to suffer a little before you die." Yechen said indifferently. The silver-robed middle-aged man took a deep breath and said, "The Venerable came out of the July universe. He sensed that there was a problem in the ancestral land and asked us to come here to check and solve it. When we set out, there were a total of 10 teams and 10 Black Shark warships. The number of people and strength of each team was about the same as ours. Only we arrived here safely. We sailed in the universe for about a year." Without lying, the silver-robed middle-aged man explained the situation clearly. "Is it so dangerous to come here, and you are in danger of death?" Yechen asked. The silver-robed middle-aged man took a deep breath and said, "July universe is in the cosmic reef area. Warships sailing at high speeds are prone to crashing, and there are many devil bugs in such areas." "Devil bugs?" Yechen asked doubtfully. He didn't know much about the knowledge of the cosmic sea. The silver-robed middle-aged man said, "Devil bugs are a kind of terrible creatures that live in the cosmic sea. They like to hide in the cosmic reefs. The top devil bugs can even reach the immortal level. They can devour everything." At this point, the silver-robed middle-aged man showed fear in his eyes. He had encountered a large number of devil bugs, and all his companions died, and only he survived by chance. The immortal level warships were devoured by devil bugs. Yechen nodded slightly. The silver-robed middle-aged man should not be lying. Even if he can control his expression, it is impossible for all the other hundreds of strong men to have such control ability. Most of their current strength is only at the 6-star heavenly level. Yechen is an immortal level strongman. Yechen can detect their subtle abnormalities. "If you don't return, will your lord send more powerful men, and how many will he send? When will it be dispatched?" Yechen continued to ask. The middle-aged man in silver robe said, "The maximum time for our operation is 5 years. If no one of us returns in 5 years, the Lord will definitely send someone else. According to the tradition of our Black Dragon Palace, if the operation fails, we will send 3 times the number of people." Yechen nodded slightly. A year and a half have passed, which means that Black Dragon Palace will send people out in 3.5 years, but it will still take another year for them to get here. The enemy shouldn't come for 4.5 years. By then, Tianyang dynasty will have at least 200 million people reaching the Tiandao level. Even if more people come, Tianyang dynasty will not have any problems. As for the rest of the holy demon realm outside the Tianyang dynasty, Yechen doesn't care. "Tell me all the information you know about the higher universe, including information about the rest of the higher universe," Yechen said calmly. The middle-aged man in silver robe told Yechen a lot of information. People in the medium universe know less about the outside world, because both the cosmic sea and other universes are very dangerous to people in the medium universe. People in higher universes have a much deeper understanding of other universes and the cosmic sea. "You only know some information about Sea Area 13?" Yechen asked. The silver-robed middle-aged man nodded. "Sea number 13 is so huge that even the Lord has never left Sea No 13. The scope of the cosmic sea is too large. There are hundreds of thousands of higher universes in the entire universe. The entire cosmic sea has been divided into 100 sea areas for a long time. Sea area number 13 is considered a relatively large sea area. There are 2,000 higher universes. Hundreds of millions of medium universes. A medium-sized universe like July universe has no access to the sea in Sea Area 13. It is normal that no powerful person from other universes has come to July universe for hundreds of millions of years. If the powerful men sent by your Black Dragon Palace for the second time still don't come back, what kind of reaction will your Black Dragon Palace have?" Yechen asked. The middle-aged man in silver robe said, "I don't know about this. It depends on how seriously the Lord takes it. If he takes it very seriously, he may send more powerful people. If we don't take it seriously and feel that many people's deaths are not worth it, we won't send more people." Yechen nodded slightly. Even if the third group of people is sent, it should be nearly 10 years later. It's not a big problem for him to leave. Enlan. Ye Chen told Enlangxiu and the others about the situation. The silver-robed middle-aged people were all taken into the space treasure by Ye Chen. Not long after, Enlangxiu and the others arrived in front of Ye Chen. Enlangxiu, Lu Qianqian, and Luo Yudi showed reluctance in their eyes. Ye Chen should be leaving. Brother-in-law, how about we leave tomorrow? We can spend time with you tonight. Luo Yudi said reluctantly. Yes, master, let's leave tomorrow. Lu Qianqian said. Ye Chen smiled and nodded. Can such a request be refused? You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 373. See Area Number 13, Kunpeng Universe. A relatively strong spatial fluctuation appeared in a wilderness somewhere, and a young man in white suddenly appeared. The young man in white who appeared was Ye Chen, who used the breaking boundary order. He left with Xuanhuan. Xuanhuan was now in the heaven-shaking Dao Tower for fear of being separated during the transmission. It is worth mentioning that Ye Chen did not bring the Eternal World Tree with him in the Tianyang Imperial Palace. Ye Chen actually wanted to bring the Eternal World Tree with him at first. But this thing is not like ordinary things, and it cannot be re-entered into the system inventory. It cannot be received into the system inventory because the Eternal World Tree is too strong to carry. Finally here. Almost failed to transmit. Ye Chen let out a long breath. In the end, there was only a little energy left in the transmission order. If the energy is completely consumed and they have not arrived yet, they may get lost in the different space. Yan'er, are you okay? Ye Chen's consciousness entered the heaven-shaking Dao Tower. Master, I'm fine. I just feel a tightness in my chest. The suppression of strength here is so strong. Xuanhuan said. The suppression of people from the higher universe into the middle universe is already quite large. People from the middle universe into the higher universe, because the rules of the higher universe are stronger, the suppression is also stronger. When the silver-robed middle-aged man and his companions arrived in the July universe, their strength was suppressed to only 1/10 at the beginning, and the 9-star heavenly level characters were suppressed to only the 7-star heavenly level. Now Ye Chen and his companions' strength is only 1/30. Xuanhuan's strength of the top 9-star heavenly level is now only 6-star heavenly level. Ye Chen's strength of the 8-star heavenly level. He was originally a red dust immortal, 10 times stronger than a 9-star heavenly level strongman, and a 9-star heavenly level character is 3 times stronger than an 8-star heavenly level character. Being suppressed 30 times, no problem. Perhaps some people think that if this is the case, the silver-robed middle-aged man's strength was suppressed too much when he arrived in the July universe. He was originally a red dust immortal. This is indeed the case. His red dust immortal strength exceeds the limit of the July universe, so he is more suppressed in this regard. It is not cost-effective for top-level warriors to enter a universe with a relatively low limit of heaven and earth like the July universe. It is difficult to obtain good resources, and their strength will be greatly suppressed. Yan'er, this is normal. Just adapt to the environment here. Ye Chen transmitted his voice, and he restrained his breath and quickly moved away. Roar. Not long after, a two-headed blood tiger arrived at the place where Ye Chen just appeared. It was 100 meters long and exuded a strong breath of the 9-star heavenly level. Kunpeng Universe is a high-level universe with many strong people. From the 9-star heavenly level to the immortal, this is a big threshold that blocks countless creatures. There are not many strong people at the immortal level. But there are many strong people at the 9-star heavenly level. One of the two-headed blood tigers sniffed. It has 2 heads, one of which has a very strong sense of smell. The other head is mainly responsible for launching attacks. The breath of immortality. And the breath of the outside world. The two-headed blood tiger soon showed a look of surprise in his eyes. It has been a long time since it reached the 9-star heavenly Dao level. If it cannot break through, even if it has the strength of the 9-star heavenly Dao level, it will not be able to avoid death. But it is too difficult to break through to the immortal level. It is almost impossible without special opportunities. Special opportunities are too difficult to encounter. Or it must devour an immortal level strongman, or devour an immortal level spiritual medicine, or obtain an immortal level inheritance or something. But he can't beat an immortal level strongman at all. Which immortal level spiritual medicine does not have extremely powerful evasion ability? Or there are other top strongmen guarding it. Immortal level inheritance is a rare opportunity. After devouring this immortal level strongman, I might be able to reach the immortal level. The two-headed blood tiger immediately began to track Ye Chen. In its view, this is a top opportunity, better than discovering an immortal level holy medicine. Isn't it a gift for the immortal level strongmen of other universes to enter their Kunpeng universe like this? Ye Chen concealed his breath and moved forward, but he soon felt something was wrong. There is a powerful person tracking him. He has an immortal level treasure like Tagzering that can conceal his breath, but a treasure like Tagzering has to adapt to the rules of heaven and earth here before it can come here. The Tagzering is only at the level of 8-star heavenly way now. Ye Chen now has the strength of 8-star heavenly way, plus a treasure with the strength of 8-star heavenly way, and under the condition of concealing his breath, the strong man of 8-star heavenly way should not be able to track him. The strong man of 9-star heavenly way who is not good at tracking should not be able to catch up. But if you encounter a strong man of 9-star heavenly way who is good at tracking, it will be difficult to get rid of him. Trouble. Ye Chen muttered in his heart, and he quickly checked the system item bar. There are a lot of good things in it. If it is in the July universe, many things can be handled, even the red dust immortal has no problem. But now all the treasures in it have been affected. The immortal seal card that could seal Hong Chen Xian can now only seal people at the 8-star level of the heavenly Dao. Many things that could deal with 9-star heavenly Dao strongmen before can now only deal with 6-star heavenly Dao strongmen. Roar. The two-headed blood tiger that was following behind him kept closing the distance, and Ye Chen had already heard the other party's roar. Ye Chen had also sensed the other party's breath. A 9-star heavenly level beast. And it should be the top 9-star heavenly level one. Ye Chen secretly groaned. An ordinary 9-star heavenly level beast is now 3 times stronger than him, and a top 9-star heavenly level beast is 6 or 7 times stronger than he is now. Even if he uses forbidden techniques to double his strength, it is difficult to escape from such a beast. And if he is exposed earlier, he will only die faster. Damn, this luck is not very good. Ye Chen said in his heart. Even if this is a high-level universe, 9-star heavenly level beasts cannot be everywhere. Going up is immortal. According to the silver-robed middle-aged man, in the high-level universe, 8 or 9-star heavenly level characters are already masters. In the high-level universe, creatures below the heavenly level still account for the vast majority. That's why the silver-robed middle-aged man was so shocked when he arrived at the Tianyang dynasty. The proportion of Tianyang dynasty's people who are strong at the heavenly Dao level is higher than their Kunpeng universe. The probability of Ye Chen teleporting here and directly encountering a top 9-star heavenly Dao level beast may be only 1 in 10,000. System, I haven't signed in for a month, can I sign in now? The treasures obtained by signing in should be adapted to this world, right? Ye Chen said in his mind. The current treasures cannot solve the problem, and we can only hope on the system. If the treasures newly signed in by the system also need time to adapt, maybe he will die soon. Host, sign in is okay. I don't know if it is adapted to this world, you will know when you sign in. The voice of the system sounded. Ye Chen was nervous. System, you must be more powerful, you can't be offline at this time. Sign in 3 times for me. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 374. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the immortal level enlightenment pill and achieving immortality. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the immortal level life extension pill and the realm of red dust immortal. The sign-in is successful. Congratulations to the host for achieving the immortal level of piano skills and the realm of mortal immortal. The system voice sounded. Ye Chen. A lot of information came to his mind. Signing in here does not really require adapting to the environment here. But what the hell are these 3 rewards? Are you taking out the immortal enlightenment pill and the life extension pill to ask the vicious beast that is chasing you to let him go? Or play a song for each other? Ye Chen was stunned. Play a song, maybe. It is entirely possible for Koton to kill the enemy. Considering the strength of the opponent's top 9-star heavenly level, the possibility of killing the opponent is not high, but it is still entirely possible to make the vicious beast that is tracking him give up eating him. System, use the enlightenment pill. Ye Chen said in his mind. Using the enlightenment pill in the realm of immortality, his speed of adapting to this universe can be greatly accelerated. In his current situation, it is impossible to improve his cultivation much by using the enlightenment pill. The main function of the enlightenment pill is basically useless, but it would be good to help him adapt to the environment here faster. Good host. The system immediately used the enlightenment pill on Ye Chen. As expected of the enlightenment pill, which reaches the ultimate realm of immortality, Ye Chen felt that his speed in adapting to this universe had increased dozens of times. Based on Ye Chen's original situation, it might take 2 years to adapt to this universe. Now, at dozens of times the speed, it should only take half a month to adapt to the environment of this universe. A terrible half month. If the sound of the piano has no effect, if the top 9-star heavenly beast attacks, he will be in trouble. Not to mention half a month, not even half a day. Based on the opponent's situation, it is estimated that he can find me in 5 minutes, and his strength cannot be improved much in just 5 minutes. It's better to stand up directly, maybe the other party will still be suspicious. Ye Chen secretly thought. He now reached the top of a mountain. The scenery here is nice. Ye Chen's figure appeared on a huge blue stone, and the piano stand, guqin, and stools all appeared. Ye Chen sat on it. The figure of Luo Hongjian appeared in his mind, and he recalled the scene when he played Luo Hongjian for the first time. Just play the song Phoenix Seeking Phoenix. Ye Chen secretly thought. From his current perspective, this piece of music certainly has many flaws, but there is no problem with the emotion contained in it. At his level, he can express the emotions contained in this piece of music more perfectly. No matter where Hongjian is, I hope she can feel it. Ye Chen murmured to himself. The powerful enemy was not far away, but Ye Chen's heart completely calmed down now. Bite. The sound of the piano sounded quickly and spread to all directions. The 2-headed blood tiger in the distance was still carefully following the traces left by Ye Chen. The sound of the piano came over and it was heard immediately. The eyes of the 2-headed blood tiger shot out divine light. It saw Ye Chen tens of thousands of kilometers away. For the 2-headed blood tiger with the top 9-star Tiandao level strength, tens of thousands of kilometers is nothing. In an instant it was hundreds of kilometers away. But it didn't pounce on Ye Chen immediately. There was doubt in its eyes. Ye Chen obviously only has an 8-star heavenly level of cultivation, how come he shows a 9-star heavenly level of piano skills? Ye Chen's current piano skills are at the immortal level, but he only has 8-star heavenly cultivation level, and his immortal level piano skills can only reach 10% of the standard. Isn't it the 9-star heavenly level? The two-headed blood tiger has lived for a long time, and it knows that when the strong men from other universes come here, even if they have immortal level piano skills, they will definitely be suppressed to only the 8-star Tiandao level. The level in this aspect should be consistent with the cultivation level. Yechen has an 8-star heavenly cultivation level and a 9-star heavenly piano skill. This is not in line with common sense. Could it be that before Yechen traveled through time, he had an immortal piano skill? Nor is it possible under normal circumstances. It is almost impossible for practitioners at the level of Hongchen Immortal to possess immortal level piano skills. Also, Yechen actually showed up directly. There was no aura of fear emanating from his body. This two-headed blood tiger is very sensitive to the aura of fear. It can sense if Yechen exudes an aura of fear. Gradually, the song Feng Qiu Huang ends. Yechen noticed that when he played, he adapted to the environment a little faster. Master, listen well. Master, when you play the piano, I feel like I adapt to the environment here several times faster. Xuanhuan sent a message to Yechen. Yechen has adapted very quickly. The sound of the piano has less impact on him, but more impact on Xuanhuan. Friend, since you are here, why don't you show up? Yechen raised his voice and played another song, Mountains and Flowing Waters. The two-headed blood tiger was shocked. It felt that Yechen should be talking to it. Yechen actually made it appear. What the hell? The two-headed bloody tiger is suspicious. It was wary by nature, so it survived until now, but just because it was wary by nature, it didn't pounce immediately. Empty mountains and deep valleys, high mountains and flowing water. Yechen's song is more in line with today's environment. Friend, why don't you show up yet? After the song ended, Yechen said with a smile. The two-headed blood tiger still didn't move. It wanted to take another look, which would make it safer. It will take a long time for the strong men from other universes to adapt to the environment here. If Yechen has no problem, it will not be a big problem if he does not take action for the time being and takes action after half a day. Friend, if you show up, can't you easily kill me and eat me? Come quickly, hee. Now I just play it before I die, it's fun. Yechen raised his voice and continued to play the rest of the music. The two-headed blood tiger is even more vigilant. Did you meet a ferocious beast hunter? The two-headed bloody tiger was frightened. Powerful ferocious beasts are full of treasures, so naturally there are many strong men who hunt powerful ferocious beasts. There are many powerful people here in Kunpeng universe who specialize in this. They are called beast hunters. Very rich experience in this area. Of course, powerful ferocious beasts are not so easy to hunt. It is difficult to hunt down ferocious beasts of the same level. If you want to hunt ferocious beasts of the same level, there will often be several strong men forming a hunting team to jointly act. A hunting team composed of several top 9-star heavenly Dao level experts can spend a lot of time comfortably if they can hunt down a top 9-star heavenly Dao level ferocious beast. The two-headed blood tiger quietly retreated far away, and it better controlled its aura. Hunter and prey, the change is often instantaneous. As an excellent hunter, you must learn to be patient. Time passed by, and Yechen played one song after another. Xuanhuan's recovery speed only accelerated several times, and his strength did not increase much. However, after half a day, Yechen's strength doubled, reaching the top 8-star Tiandao level. The strength of the two-headed blood tiger was originally 6 or 7 times that of Yechen. Now that Yechen's strength has doubled, the strength of the two-headed blood tiger is only about 3 times his strength. With such a gap in strength, Yechen was already relieved. Using the Xuxian sword formation, top 9-star heavenly Dao level ferocious beasts will not come out easily. If he uses the forbidden technique, his strength can be doubled, and the hope of escape can be greatly increased. Maybe there's no problem. The two-headed bloody tiger hiding in the dark is ready to move, and it can no longer hold back. By swallowing Yechen, it might become an immortal level powerhouse. Roar. The terrifying tiger roar sounded. The sound came from nowhere, and the mountains on Yechen's side were instantly shattered. The two-headed blood tiger used the top 8-star heavenly level attack. If Yechen only had the strength of an ordinary 8-star Tiandao level, he would definitely be injured under such an attack. But Yechen's piano music turned around, and the powerful piano music spread out, and all the attacks around the mountain where he was were blocked. Roar. There was another tiger roar. This time the attack reached the level of ordinary 9-star heavenly Dao. Boom. The sound of the piano collides with the roar of the tiger. Everything around was shattered. But the mountain peak where Yechen was still fine. If the two-headed blood tiger had burst out with such an attack from the beginning, Yechen would definitely not be able to withstand it, but now he already has the strength of the top 8-star heavenly level. When using Qin, Yechen is stronger. Something's wrong, something's wrong. The two-headed blood tiger was far away again in an instant. Yechen's Kanyin actually has 9-star heavenly level defense, which is outrageous. There is a difference between the 9-star heavenly level of Kanyi and the 9-star heavenly defense or attack power of Kanyin. Friend, come out. I have something good here. Yechen raised his voice and took out the immortal life-extending pill from the system taskbar. The elixir is contained in a jade bottle, and the jade bottle is not sealed. The two-headed blood tiger was now thousands of kilometers away, but it still smelled the aroma of the elixir immediately. Immortal level elixir. It will definitely be of great benefit if you eat it. The two-headed blood tiger had a strong impulse in his heart and wanted to rush over immediately to get this pill. But its reason firmly suppressed the impulse. Yechen's situation is too abnormal. How could Yechen resist its attack just now? Also, why could Yechen come up with an immortal level elixir? Judging from the aura emanating from the elixir, this was not an elixir brought from other universes. A trap must be a trap. Damn beast hunter. The two-headed blood tiger cursed in his heart. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 375. The two-headed blood tiger went further away, but it did not give up completely. As long as Yechen showed a flaw here, it could rush to Yechen in an instant. Not rushing over, good. Yechen said in his heart. He took a certain risk by taking out the elixir. But Yechen felt that if he took out the elixir, the other party would be afraid to come over. Friend, the opportunity is in front of you, you must cherish it. I'll give you the last half-day chance. If you don't seize it, I'll leave. Yechen said loudly. His voice was clearly heard by the two-headed blood tiger hidden in the distance. Despicable beast hunter. The two-headed blood tiger cursed in his heart, and it had already determined that Yechen must be a beast hunter. And Yechen and his team should have a team. 3 or 4 hours passed slowly. Yechen breathed a sigh of relief. He felt that his strength had reached the level of 9-star heavenly Dao. Although this strength is still far from the top 9-star heavenly beast, it is very difficult for the opponent to kill him at the same 9-star heavenly level. The two-headed blood tiger continued to stare secretly. Yechen naturally did not change. He played slowly. As his strength increased, his playing helped Xuanhuan a lot more. Another 2 or 3 hours. Yechen had been deadlocked with the two-headed blood tiger in the dark for a whole day. There is no doubt that Yechen's current strength is still weaker than the opponent, but Yechen has 100% confidence that even if the opponent rushes over, he can't do anything to him. Try it, just try it. If it doesn't work, run away immediately. The two-headed blood tiger finally couldn't help it. The temptation of becoming an immortal level strongman was too great. The flesh and blood of the immortal level strongman, plus the immortal level elixir, it felt that the possibility of reaching the immortal level by then was at least 30% to 40%. Kill. The two-headed blood tiger made a full-strength attack. Its body instantly became tens of thousands of meters long, and its right hand was raised in the air and slapped towards Ye Chen. A huge energy tiger palm appeared in the sky above Ye Chen's head. This tiger palm suppressed him. Law of destruction. Ye Chen muttered in his heart, this law is a relatively powerful attack law. Ding, ding. The sound of the piano became urgent, countless notes flew out, and the lagging energy tiger palm was blocked by the notes when it was still a few hundred meters away from Ye Chen's head. Ye Chen already has the strength of the 9-star heavenly level. When playing the piano, the defense can reach the top 9-star level of the heavenly way. Top 9-star heavenly level strength. It's really a shameless beast hunter. The two-headed blood tiger failed to attack and flew away in an instant, and it also used forbidden techniques to burn its own vitality to escape. In its view, it was exposed after its full-strength attack. If it couldn't escape immediately, it might be surrounded and killed by several beast hunters. Finally ran away. Ye Chen secretly breathed a sigh of relief. At this moment, a middle-aged man in purple robes appeared not far from Ye Chen. He gave people a very powerful feeling. You handled it well. Your ability is also good. You have adapted to the Kunpeng universe in just one day. And at such a young age, you have already possessed the strength of a red dust immortal. Not bad. The purple-robed middle-aged man said in a calm voice. As he spoke, he stretched out his hand to the distance, and the two-headed blood tiger that had escaped far away was instantly sucked here. The purple-robed middle-aged man pinched it in mid-air. This two-headed blood tiger with the strength of the top 9-star heavenly way level was instantly turned into meat paste. Ye Chen was terrified. I thought the two-headed blood tiger would be safe if it left him. I didn't expect that there was such a terrifying purple-robed middle-aged man hidden in the dark. Ye Chen originally possessed the strength of a red dust immortal. His strength was 10 times stronger than that of a top 9-star heavenly way level figure before, but he knew that he was not that strong. He couldn't easily kill a top 9-star heavenly way level beast with a pinch. At least the realm of immortality. Maybe more than that. Ye Chen thought to himself that if this purple-robed middle-aged man wanted to kill him, it would definitely be an easy thing. Senior. Ye Chen bowed. The middle-aged man in purple robe looked at Ye Chen. Yes, you are a human. Your skills, bloodline, and physique are all pretty good. Your piano skills are also quite good. What's your name? Ye Chen said, my name is Ye Chen. The middle-aged man in purple robe said indifferently, don't be nervous. I am the master of Xiao Palace in Kunpeng Universe. I am also a human like you. Ye Chen was stunned. Kunpeng Universe? The middle-aged man in purple robe just said that he was too shocked to react. Now Ye Chen reacted. Isn't this Kunpeng Universe the universe where the Black Dragon Palace is? Ye Chen secretly complained. There are 2,000 high-level universes in the number 13C area, and he happened to be in the Kunpeng universe. According to the information obtained from the middle-aged man in silver robe, the Black Dragon Palace is one of the top forces in the Kunpeng universe, and the Lord of the Black Dragon has achieved the glazed body. The Black Dragon Lord is much stronger than him. Will he figure out that he is here? If he is in the Holy Demon Realm, it will be difficult for the Black Dragon Lord to kill him, but if he figures out that he is here, it will be easy for the Black Dragon Lord to kill him. Senior Xiao. Ye Chen bowed again. Some information about the Xiao Palace appeared in his mind. After confirming that he had arrived in the Kunpeng universe, the Xiao Palace also matched up with a force he knew from the middle-aged man in silver robes. The Xiao Palace was also a top force. In the Kunpeng universe, the strength of the Xiao Palace can be ranked in the top 10. Although the master of the Xiao Palace has not yet achieved the Liuli body, he has the strength of the top Bianhua realm. The master of the Xiao Palace controls the Xiao Chaos Sky Thunder and has fought against a strong man in the Liuli body realm for 3 days without losing. What is rare is that he is not very old. In the future, there is a high probability that he can achieve the immortal Liuli body, and there is still a lot of room for improvement in strength. No need to be polite. The master of the Xiao Palace looked at Ye Chen with a smile. Ye Chen, you should be from other higher worlds, have you already married? Ye Chen was shocked. The look that the master of the Xiao Palace looked at him was wrong. Damn, the master of the Xiao Palace doesn't want me to be his son-in-law, does he? Ye Chen felt a chill. According to the information passed to him by the captured middle-aged man in silver robe, the lord of Xiao Palace has a daughter who was once extremely beautiful, but later had problems with her training and became extremely ugly. One look at her can make people lose their appetite for 3 days. Treatment has no effect. And it is getting worse. According to the status of the lord of Xiao Palace, plus he has only one daughter, she can be married off no matter how ugly she is, but the lord of Xiao Palace has very high requirements. The son-in-law has extremely high requirements for appearance, cultivation, talent, etc. It is too difficult to find one. In recent years, the lord of Xiao Palace has been looking for a suitable son-in-law for his woman like crazy. Nowadays, people with decent looks and higher cultivation dare not approach Xiao Palace. Senior, I am married and have 5 women. Ye Chen said hurriedly. I have 5 women, so the lord of Xiao Palace should not look for me again, right? The lord of Xiao Palace frowned slightly. Have they reached the immortal level? This, not yet. Ye Chen hesitated and said. He didn't dare to lie in front of the Purple Sky Palace master. The difference in strength was too great, and the Purple Sky Palace master could easily see it. The Purple Sky Palace master frowned. That's good. If they haven't reached the immortal level, they will all die by then. Xiao, how about you go to the Purple Sky Palace with me? At this point, the Purple Sky Palace master glanced at the meat paste left by the 2-headed blood tiger. For the sake of helping you kill it? Ye Chen smiled bitterly in his heart. He felt that the Purple Sky Palace master was warning himself. Okay, senior. Ye Chen nodded. The Purple Sky Palace master smiled. Very good, I like smart young people. Ye Chen. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 376. Palace Master Xiao quickly took Ye Chen away, and he was in a good mood. Except for the fact that they were once married, he felt that Ye Chen was a perfect match. Ye Chen has the aura of a superior person. Judging from his age and other conditions, he should be a genius from other higher worlds. Maybe something happened at home. Palace Master Xiao thought secretly. There are very few strong men from other universes who come directly through the sky like this. Under normal circumstances, the geniuses from other universes will not come through the sky like this at all. It seemed to Master Xiao that Ye Chen might have an escape card that could allow him to escape through the air. When encountering a strong enemy, you have to use your trump card. This is quite perfect. In Kunpeng Universe, Palace Master Xiao has been looking for many young people who meet the requirements. They all declined. Since Ye Chen came here to escape, he shouldn't dare to refuse. Can't my daughter find a perfect husband? As for Ye Chen's possible enemies, the master of Xiao Palace doesn't care at all. Ye Chen has left the original universe. It is very difficult for the enemy to find Ye Chen, almost impossible. Even if he comes here, Xiao Tianzun will be afraid. Black Dragon Palace. There was a black dragon hovering in the huge palace, and there was suspicion in the dragon's eyes. One day ago, he felt a secret involving himself. He woke up and began to calculate the secrets. The calculation is difficult without knowing what is involved. Just now, I completely lost my secret. What's going on? Hejiao secretly thought. He thought of the middle-aged men in silver robes who left. Could something happen to them? This black dragon is the master of the Black Dragon Palace, the Black Dragon Master. A peerless strong man who has achieved a glass body. As soon as Yechen arrived at Kunpeng Universe, Lord Black Dragon sensed the secret, but Yechen had a system that could help shield him and Xuanhuan from the secret. With Yechen's current strength, the power of the system cannot completely block the secrets. Lord Black Dragon almost figured it out, and just in time the master of Xiao Palace appeared. Yechen is now in the space treasure belonging to Master Xiao Palace. With the strength of Palace Master Xiao, Lord Black Dragon can still calculate that there is a ghost. 5 days have passed, and the master of Xiao Palace finally returned to Xiao Palace. At this distance, even if Yechen's strength returned to its peak, it would still take him more than a year to fly over. Kunpeng Universe is too big. Unlike July Universe, Kunpeng Universe does not have individual worlds. Some are huge continents. Many giant continents are bigger than the worlds in July Universe. The continent where Xiao Palace is located used to have another name, but now its name has long been changed to Xiao Continent. The entire Xiao Continent is the territory of Xiao Palace. Xiao Palace is the absolute overlord here. In the space treasure of Lord Xiao, Yechen had been playing for himself and Xuanhuan for 5 days. Yechen himself had completely adapted to the environment here. He already has immortal level cultivation. The system's ability to mask aura can now be fully utilized. This would happen without the master of Xiao Palace by his side. As long as Yechen doesn't leave Xiao Palace too far, with the system's ability to mask his aura, Lord Black Dragon will definitely not be able to figure it out. Yechen, we have arrived at Xiao Palace. The master of Xiao Palace sent a message to Yechen, and Yechen appeared in front of him the next second. The master of Xiao Palace paid close attention to Yechen's condition. The palace where they appeared now was extremely luxurious and magnificent, but Yechen was not shocked when he appeared. The force that Yechen originally belonged to probably also has a strong man in the realm of Xuanhuan. Not bad, not bad, he is a match. Palace Master Xiao was very satisfied. If Yechen knew the thoughts of Palace Master Xiao, he would be extremely sad. The reason why he didn't feel shocked was because Yechen had already signed in and obtained eternal level treasures. What is this palace in comparison? They sold both the Xiao Palace and the Lord of the Xiao Palace, and couldn't even afford 1/10 of the eternal level treasures. Yechen, I have a daughter who has been smart since she was a child, extremely talented, and beautiful. But she is also very energetic. I have not found a suitable son-in-law. Are you willing? Palace Master Xiao spoke. Yechen complained crazily in his heart, Palace Master Xiao, won't your conscience hurt if you say this? The daughter of Palace Master Xiao is indeed very talented and has been very beautiful since she was a child. However, later on, she had problems with her training and became disabled, which even Palace Master Xiao could not solve. If Kunpeng Universe had an ugly list, she would most likely be on the list. Is it really good for such a person to say that there is nothing in heaven or on earth? Palace Master Xiao, I already have 5 women, I'm just afraid. When Yechen said this, he found a dangerous light flashing in the eyes of the master of Xiao Palace. The lord of the first palace is still a super master who has reached the realm of Xuanhuan. The lord of Xiao Palace is not a good person. Yechen, you are looking down on my daughter by saying this. I am just such a daughter. Always regarded as the apple of my eye. Palace Master Xiao said calmly. He felt very guilty about his daughter. In his opinion, it was because he didn't care enough about his daughter that she had problems with her training and became what she is now. In fact, it's not that the daughter of Palace Master Xiao is demanding at all. She actually doesn't even think about this aspect. It's Palace Master Xiao who wants to compensate her. Palace Master Xiao, I definitely didn't mean to look down on your daughter. Ye Chen said hurriedly. He had no doubt that if he refused forcefully, the Purple Sky Palace Master would crush him to death. Just like crushing the two-headed blood tiger to death before. Purple Sky Palace Master, my previous women were all together after they had reached a certain level of affection. Why don't I go out with your woman first? Maybe she won't like me then. If you arrange it directly like this, maybe she will not be satisfied and will be angry with you then. Ye Chen tried his best to persuade. Purple Sky Palace Master ignored Ye Chen's previous words, but he still heard what Ye Chen said at the end. Ye Chen, how about this, you go out with my daughter first, if my daughter agrees, you can't refuse, how about that? Purple Sky Palace Master said in a deep voice. Ye Chen secretly groaned. He didn't want to agree, but the Purple Sky Palace Master's eyes were a little scary. Okay. After a long silence, Ye Chen gritted his teeth and agreed. The Lord of Xiao Palace smiled and said, very good, I believe you and Lanyan will definitely be together. The Lord of Xiao Palace's surname is Zi, and his daughter is Zi Lanyan. Zi Lanyan has loved music since she was a child. The Lord of Xiao Palace appeared there at that time because he actually heard the music played by Ye Chen. If Ye Chen knew this, he would be helpless. Under the circumstances at that time, if he didn't play, the two-headed blood tiger would probably rush out immediately. If he played, he would cause a big trouble for the Lord of Xiao Palace. Ye Chen, I will take you to see Lanyan. She also likes music. You will have common topics, and you can have a good exchange then. The Lord of Xiao Palace said. Ye Chen nodded slightly. It has come to this point, what can he do? Just delay the time and see if he can run away. Zi Lanyan naturally lives in Xiao Palace, but Xiao Palace is very large. Xiao Palace and Ye Chen flew thousands of kilometers to reach Zi Lanyan's palace. Host, found the system. The voice of Ye Chen's system suddenly sounded in Ye Chen's mind. Ye Chen was stunned for a moment. I found a system here. Could it be that Zi Lanyan has a system? System, be careful not to be discovered by the other party's system. Ye Chen reminded secretly. Host, don't worry. The other party's system is not weak, but it can't find me. Host, if Zi Lanyan has a system, you should be careful. Her system is probably not a good one. The system also reminded Ye Chen. Ye Chen looked solemn. He made his host ugly. Such a system must be very fierce. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 377. Entering the palace, Palace Master Xiao quickly called out her daughter Zi Lanyan. Seeing Zi Lanyan, Ye Chen was startled. A hint of sympathy flashed in his eyes. He has been confirmed by the system, and the one who owns the system is Zi Lanyan. When others get the system, they basically fly into the sky, turn on the protagonist mode, and sweep invincibly. Zi Lanyan got the system and actually made herself look like this. Ye Chen can no longer describe Zi Lanyan's current appearance in words. Let's put it this way, the ugliest zombies are probably 10 times prettier than she is now. Without a certain amount of willpower, one look at Zi Lanyan and she might have to vomit out all her food yesterday, and then she might not be able to eat for the next 10 days. Father. Zi Lanyan's voice sounded, and the voice was very pleasant. But this was not the voice she spoke, but the voice she simulated using her strength. This voice is her original voice. Lanyan, his name is Ye Chen. He has very good conditions in all aspects. He has a level of cultivation at the level of a human being. He is not too old and looks handsome. More importantly, he likes music as much as you do. Palace Master Xiao was extremely compassionate. Zi Lanyan looked at Ye Chen with an indifferent expression. The master of Xiao Palace also brought people here before. Although those people hid it well, Zi Lanyan still saw the disgust in their eyes. Naturally, those people did not stay, and they disappeared later. A trace of surprise flashed in Zi Lanyan's eyes. She didn't find a trace of disgust in Ye Chen's eyes, but only a touch of sympathy. Zi Lanyan possesses the strength of a top-notch mortal fairy. She could clearly tell that Ye Chen was indeed not disgusted. "Father, let him stay," Zi Lanyan said. The Lord of Xiao Palace was overjoyed. "The last time I brought someone here was a few years ago. I brought someone here several times before. Later, I don't know who leaked the news and made people aware of Zi Lanyan's situation. In the following years, he could no longer find anyone he felt was suitable. Miss Lanyan, I have had 5 women," Ye Chen said. Zi Lanyan has encountered a real dog system. He sympathizes with Zi Lanyan, but he has no idea about Zi Lanyan at all. If Zi Lanyan doesn't agree, it would be better for him to leave. Zi Lanyan said calmly, "How can I care so much when I'm like this? My father must find someone with good conditions in all aspects and a cultivation level worthy of mine. There has never been a woman who has reached the immortal level. Such a person feels a bit scary." Ye Chen groaned secretly. Zi Lanyan said, "I also like you and save your life. My father brought 6 people before, but they did not leave Zi Lan Palace alive." Ye Chen took a breath of cold air. "Good guy, Palace Master Xiao is destroying them." Palace Master Xiao said calmly, "Lanyan, they all look at you with disgust in their eyes. You are my daughter, how dare they do this?" Ye Chen secretly thought in his heart that a normal person would instinctively hate Zi Lanyan's appearance. The Lord of Xiao Palace is very domineering. But they do have the ability to be domineering. The Master of Xiao Palace is one of the top 10 super masters in Kunpeng universe, and Xiao Palace is also one of the top 10 forces. As a father, if others hate his daughter, he will kill her. "Father, don't look for me either. In order to make me happy, you have been running around for the past few years, and you are tired." Zi Lanyan looked at her father and said. The Master of Xiao Palace said, "Lanyan, you are my daughter, and I only have a daughter like you." "Ye Chen," Lanyan agreed. "As a man, you must keep your promise. I hate people who break their promises. You and Lanyan have to prepare for your wedding. You will be engaged in half a year, and you will get married in 3 years." The Lord of Xiao Palace said in a deep voice. Xiao Palace is powerful, and the Master of Xiao Palace also has many friends. His only daughter is getting engaged, so he will definitely have to invite many guests over, which will take time. Ye Chen had 10,000 horses running through his heart. The system's voice sounded in Ye Chen's mind, "Host, as long as the system devours Zi Lanyan's system, Zi Lanyan should be able to recover. She can't recover, it's her system that's playing tricks on her." Ye Chen felt happy. If Zi Lanyan can recover, Zi Lanyan probably won't look for him by then. After all, he has other women. With Zi Lanyan's status, it would be no problem for her to find someone who would treat her wholeheartedly. "Palace Master Xiao, how about Miss Lanyan and I get along for a few months first? Perhaps after spending some time together, she will feel that I am full of shortcomings." Ye Chen said tentatively. For several months, he tried to get the system to swallow up Zi Lanyan's system. "Ye Chen, do you want to regret it?" Palace Master Xiao's eyes instantly became sharper. "We will get engaged in half a year and get married in 3 years. It's settled." Ye Chen sighed softly. "Palace Master Xiao, maybe Miss Lanyan will recover by then. In that case, with Miss Lanyan's conditions, we can definitely find a better one. Zi Lanyan said calmly, it is impossible for me to recover, never possible. Palace Master Xiao sighed inwardly. He also felt that it would be impossible for his daughter to recover. He took Zi Lanyan to see a strong woman in the glass body realm, but the other party couldn't do anything. Ye Chen, even if Lanyan recovers, we will not regret it. The Lord of Xiao Palace said in a deep voice. Ye Chen smiled bitterly in his heart. He just hoped that Zi Lanyan could regret it when she recovered. Lord of Xiao Palace, if Miss Lanyan recovers, she can regret it? I don't mind. Ye Chen said hurriedly. I won't. Zi Lanyan said in a light voice. Ye Chen was a little sad. How did he encounter such a thing? The only good thing about this matter is that Xiao Palace is very powerful and there are many masters. If he signs in at Xiao Palace, the effect should be much better. If he looks for it himself, he may not be able to find such a good place to sign in within 10 years. In the entire Kunpeng universe, there are only a few people who can compare with Xiao Palace. Forget it, let's take it one step at a time. When Zi Lanyan recovers, maybe they will regret it. Now Zi Lanyan and the others may think there is no hope, so they say so. Ye Chen said in his heart. The Purple Sky Palace Master looked at Ye Chen and said in a deep voice, Ye Chen, you will live here for the rest of your time. You can cultivate your relationship before getting engaged. Zi Lanyan also looked at Ye Chen. They were not worried at all that Ye Chen would do something before getting married. Zi Lanyan looked like this now, and the transformation technique was useless. She could only look like this. Those who dared to look at her more were warriors. Okay. Ye Chen agreed directly. He was still thinking about how to convince the Purple Sky Palace Master to let him stay here. The system sensed Zi Lanyan's system only when it arrived here. The only way to devour Zi Lanyan's system is here. Zi Lanyan's system is relatively strong. By devouring her system, Ye Chen estimated that his system could be strengthened a lot, and he would definitely be able to draw good things. Luo Hanjian was summoned to the Supreme Universe, so he had to improve his strength as soon as possible. The Purple Sky Palace Master smiled, Ye Chen, Lanyan is in your hands. Lanyan, your father will send out invitations immediately, and you will be engaged in half a year. By the way, Ye Chen, your family background should be extraordinary. Although you live here, you are not marrying into the family, you are marrying Lanyan. As long as his daughter can find a good partner, the Purple Sky Palace Master doesn't care whether the other party is marrying into the family or not. Ye Chen nodded slightly. The Purple Sky Palace Master left immediately. Only Ye Chen and Zi Lanyan were left in the huge palace. Unless Zi Lanyan called, there were no servants here. Man, impossible. Zi Lanyan felt uncomfortable looking at the beautiful maid. The ugly maid seemed to be laughing at her, and Zi Lanyan felt uncomfortable looking at her. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Di. Chapter 378. Zi Lanyan looked at Ye Chen. Ye Chen, I'm sorry, my father is a little pushy. As I am now, I can even scare myself to tears. Ye Chen secretly thought that Zi Lanyan actually had a good heart. Miss Zilan, I think you can definitely recover. Then you can pursue your happiness. Ye Chen smiled. Zi Lanyan didn't want to talk about this topic, so she changed the topic and said, Ye Chen, I heard from my father that you also like music. I wonder if I can listen to you play a song. Certainly. The palace where Zi Lanyan is located is called Zi Lan Palace. The entire Zilan Palace covers an area of more than 100 square kilometers. Ye Chen and the others arrived at the backyard of Zilan Palace. Along the way, Ye Chen didn't see any maids in Zilan Palace. System, how to devour Zi Lanyan's system. Will Zi Lanyan's system discover it when it starts to devour it, and then it will kill Zi Lanyan. Ye Chen said in his mind. If Zi Lanyan's system killed her, Ye Chen knew that he would also be in trouble. The system said, host, the power of swallowing Zi Lanyan's system will definitely make her system discover it. As for how to stabilize her system, you need to find a way yourself. I suggest you don't worry, you can stay here and sign in for a few months. The environment here is good, you should be able to sign in good things. Even if Xiao Palace wants to kill you, you might still be able to escape. Ye Chen nodded secretly, the system made sense. System, if it starts to devour, how long do you think it will take for it to be completed? Based on the current situation, your strength can be increased in 3 days, and it will take 1 or 2 days by then. But if it is violently swallowed like this, you will probably die. Ye Chen thought about it in his mind. He would get engaged in half a year, so he had better get it done before the engagement. It's so convenient that Zi Lanyan will regret it later. That means he can sign for 5 months. There are a total of 15 opportunities to sign in, and you should be able to get a lot of good things. Ye Chen, see if you can use this piano smoothly. If that doesn't work, you can use your own. Zi Lanyan took Ye Chen to the place, and she pointed at a 9-stringed guqin. Ye Chen usually plays the 7-string instrument, which is a little different. But Ye Chen has acquired immortal level piano skills. As long as he can play the piano, there is nothing he can't do. That's it? Ye Chen smiled and sat down in front of the guqin. Zi Lanyan silently retreated a lot. She knew her appearance well. Standing next to her like this might affect Ye Chen's performance. The pleasant sound of the piano soon sounded. Zi Lanyan quickly immersed herself in music. She was very good at it, and Ye Chen was also very good at playing the piano. It was like she had met a close friend. Although Palace Master Xiao thought Ye Chen played well before, his level in this aspect was average. Listen. The song ends, and the lingering sound lingers. Zi Lanyan was immersed in it for a long time. Ye Chen, you play me a piece of music every day. Then I will ask my father for mercy and see if he can let you go. I'd better not delay you. Zi Lanyan said softly. This song made Zi Lanyan identify with Ye Chen a lot, and she didn't want to harm Ye Chen herself. Miss Lanyan, although some people are beautiful, they have a vicious heart. Although you have become like this, your heart is much more beautiful than many people. I believe God won't treat you too badly, and you can definitely recover. Ye Chen said seriously. Zi Lanyan said, I hope so. Ye Chen, I will take you to the yard where you live. You just need to come over and play one song every day. One song is enough to make me remember a lot of time. Ye Chen nodded slightly. Not long after, Zi Lanyan sent Ye Chen to the courtyard where he lived. It's said to be a courtyard, but this side is bigger than Fengming Palace. Ye Chen, my father is quite domineering. Don't disobey him easily. I will find a way to help you leave when the time comes. Goodbye. Zi Lanyan left after saying that. Ye Chen looked at her leaving figure. Her back is also extremely ugly. After all this, you still think about others, what a heart-wrenching girl. Ye Chen secretly thought. The system said, host, how about you take her down when the time comes? As long as her system is solved, her appearance and temperament will probably be even higher than before. Before the accident, Zi Lanyan was already a stunning beauty. She was only 16 or 17 years old at that time, and her cultivation level was only at the 7-star heavenly Dao level. Now Zi Lanyan is already in her 20s, and her cultivation level has reached the immortal level. If restored, there is a 99% chance that it will be even more beautiful than before. When one's cultivation has improved so much, it is inevitable that one's temperament will also be greatly improved. System, don't talk nonsense. Think carefully about how to devour her dog system when you see it. Ye Chen said in his mind. After closing the courtyard door, Ye Chen entered the Jishan Dao Tower, where Xuanhuan practiced. Her recovery speed is much slower. Even if Ye Chen often plays for her, it will take her about half a year to adapt to the environment in Kunpeng universe. But if there is a powerful enlightenment pill by then, Xuanhuan can recover faster. Master, there seems to be something wrong with your expression. Something went wrong. Xuanhuan said doubtfully. Ye Chen shook his head, no big problem, just a little problem. Yan'er, you can only practice in here for a while. Try to recover your strength as soon as possible and break through to the immortal level as soon as possible. Xuanhuan nodded. She was a little confused, but whatever Ye Chen said was what she listened to. Yan'er, continue to practice, I will play the piano for you. Ye Chen smiled. He was not such a diligent person. When he was in Fengming Palace, he often lay down to rest. Now he had no choice but to let Xuanhuan recover faster. If he didn't help, Xuanhuan would need a long time to recover. Okay, master. Soon Ye Chen started playing, and Xuanhuan practiced with all his strength. 20 days passed in a blink of an eye. It has been a month since the last sign-in. Ye Chen went to the backyard of Zilan Palace on time every day to play a song for Zilan Yin. It was a different song every time. I don't know what song it is today. Ye Chen hadn't arrived yet, but Zilan Yin had been waiting half an hour in advance. At first, she only came a little earlier, and gradually the time in advance became longer and longer. She hoped to see Ye Chen earlier every day and hear the music Ye Chen played earlier. Lan Yin, you seem to be happier than before. It seems that you are quite satisfied with Ye Chen. The figure of the Lord of Xiao Palace appeared next to Zilan Yin. Father. Ye Chen is a very good person, and the music he plays is also very nice. Father, I still won't get engaged to him at that time, please let him leave safely. Zilan Yin said. The Lord of Xiao Palace looked at Zilan Yin, and he could clearly feel that Zilan Yin was happier than before. In this situation, how could he let Ye Chen leave? No, Lan Yin, you can't be willful now, the guests of major forces have been notified. The Lord of Xiao Palace said in a deep voice. Zilan Yin said, Father, you can tell them that I am ugly and don't want to see people, and I don't want to get engaged and married. Lan Yin, did Ye Chen ask you to say that? It seems that this kid has changed his mind, and I will not forgive him. The Lord of Xiao Palace said coldly. Father, it's not true. He didn't ask you to tell me, Father. I wanted to say it myself. Father, it's not good for me to delay him in this state now. I can be friends with him. When he comes, he can come and talk to me and play a song for me after a while. Zilan Yin said hurriedly. No. The Lord of Xiao Palace still shook his head. Zilan Yin tried her best to fight for Ye Chen, but the Lord of Xiao Palace was very stubborn. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Did. Chapter 379. Palace Master Xiao, Miss Zilan, what are you? Ye Chen said doubtfully. From afar, he seemed to hear Palace Master Xiao and Zilan Yin arguing about something. There was a formation in Zilan Palace, but he didn't hear it clearly. The Master of Xiao Palace said in a deep voice, Ye Chen, the engagement has been confirmed, and I have invited guests. You and Lan Yin will be engaged and married as scheduled. Ye Chen looked at Zilan Yin. She should have spoken for him, but Palace Master Xiao did not agree. System, sign in 3 times. Ye Chen said in his mind. It just so happens that Palace Master Xiao is here, so signing in at this time will have the best effect. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for receiving the immortal level reward Brahma Ring, Glazed Realm. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the immortal level skill, the Chaos Immortal Sutra. Successfully signing the sky. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the 4th sign-in point, immortal level, with a range of 10,000 kilometers. The system's voice sounded in Ye Chen's mind. Ye Chen was shocked. Good guy, he actually signed up for an immortal level skill. Chaos Immortality Sutra, this should suit him. Speaking of which, his current skills are indeed not good enough. Although the speed of his training is not slow, the effect of the skills on Ye Chen's current cultivation level is only average. If you don't change it, you will be held back. Tisk tisk, this Brahma Ring is also a good thing. Luli Realm, not bad, not bad. Ye Chen secretly thought that the Brahma Ring can be used to hide his aura, and it can also hide people inside. For the time being, Palace Master Xiao does not know that Xuanhuan is inside the Jishan Dao Tower, but if Xiao Palace checks with all its strength, Palace Master Xiao will definitely be able to find Xuanhuan. Discovered by the Master of Xiao Palace, Ye Chen is now not sure if Xuanhuan will be fine. With the Brahma Ring, Ye Chen can then transfer Xuanhuan into the Brahma Ring. The effect of practicing here is better. Xuanhuan is not easy to find either. The 4th check-in point has also come out. System, you are a good person. Ye Chen said in his mind. Ye Chen likes these 3 rewards very much. The 4th check-in point is set here. He will have a higher chance of getting good things by signing in here. Host, this system has consumed some power and given you some benefits. But the main reason why you can sign something like this is your luck. The system said. Palace Master Xiao's face became a little gloomy. He spoke, but Ye Chen didn't respond. Ye Chen, what do you mean? The consequences of playing tricks on me are extremely serious. Palace Master Xiao said with a gloomy face. Ye Chen said, Palace Master Xiao, I didn't say not to marry. I also said before that you can regret the marriage, and I didn't say that I would regret the marriage. But Palace Master Xiao, I have to explain one thing. I told you before that I have 5 women, and I have a very good relationship with them. If they come to Kunpeng Universe, you are not allowed to target them. Palace Master Xiao said solemnly, don't worry about this. If you and Lanyan get married and they come over, Lanyan won't be happy if I kill them. But you can't go back to pick them up in person, you can only send people to pick them up. Crossing universes is very dangerous, and I'm worried that you won't come back if you leave. Okay. Ye Chen nodded slightly. He had no plans to go back. Instead, he planned to upgrade the system's summoning capabilities and summon Lanxiu and the others directly. Very good. The Lord of Xiao Palace left. Zi Lanyan said, Ye Chen, I'm sorry, my father is very stubborn and I couldn't convince him. When we get married, you don't have to touch me, it doesn't matter. We can get along as friends even after we get married. Ye Chen looked at Zi Lanyan. Zi Lanyan really cared about others. Miss Lanyan, what kind of music do you want to listen to today? It's up to you, as long as you play it, anything is fine. Ye Chen was a little touched. He smiled slightly and said, I'll play you 2 pieces of music today, but how about you promise me a condition? What conditions? Ye Chen said, you tell me what you looked like before, and I will give you a gift then. It is necessary to get closer to Zi Lanyan. Only then will she cooperate to the fullest extent when the system devours hers. Good. Zi Lanyan was silent for a while and said. In fact, she didn't really want to recall her past appearance, but she secretly wanted Ye Chen to know what she looked like before. She was also very beautiful before. 10 minutes passed and Ye Chen finished playing 2 songs. Lanyan waved her hand, and a girl's figure appeared next to her. The girl was only 16 or 17 years old, with an alluring appearance and a very noble temperament. Very beautiful. Miss Lanyan, see you tomorrow. Yechen smiled and left quickly after speaking. Back in his yard, Yechen quickly determined the fourth check-in point. The check-in point covers a radius of 10,000 kilometers. This size is still good, and you will get luck faster. Yanur, I got a new treasure, you can change places next. With the new treasure, you can recover faster. Yechen arrived inside Jishan Dao Tower and smiled. Soon Xuanhuan was transferred to the Brahma Ring by Yechen. Yechen also entered the Brahma Ring. The Burning Sky Ring is extremely powerful, but it is not an offensive treasure. Yechen can barely equip it now. System, equip the Chaos Immortal Sutra. Yechen said in his mind. The system said, Host, with your current level of cultivation at the level of the Red Dust Immortal, you cannot equip the complete Chaos Immortal Sutra. You can only equip the first 6 levels. The Chaos Immortality Sutra has 9 levels in total. Equip the first 6 levels, and the effect is similar to the top immortal level skills. When you reach the realm of immortality, you can equip the 7th level of the Chaos Immortality Sutra. Yechen said, System, I received the relevant information, I understand it. Equipped, ready to practice. In an instant, Yechen's skills were changed. The immeasurable power of chaos was transformed into the Sutra of Immortality of Chaos. The infinite chaos kung fu is only at the level of the Red Dust Immortal, but the Chaos Immortal Sutra that is now equipped is at the Glass Realm level, which is 3 realms stronger than the infinite chaos kung fu. Yechen suddenly felt that his cultivation level was improving more than 10 times faster. You must know that Yechen's improvement speed is not slow. 10 times faster is a bit scary. It's just that the Tianyan Emperor's palace is still in the Holy Demon realm, and he has lost the thousands-fold increase of the Tianyan Emperor's palace. Even if it is accelerated 10 times, Yechen's improvement will be relatively slow. Half a day passed. Boom. Yechen heard a knock on the door. He is inside the Brahma Dragon Ring, but he can hear any sounds from the outside. Miss Lanyan, what's going on? Yechen went outside and opened the courtyard door. Naturally, there was Lanyan outside the courtyard door. There is no one else in Zilanyan except them. Lanyan said, Yechen, I feel that your practice speed has not been very fast recently. You should not have time treasures to assist your practice. I asked for one from my father. It's just an immortal level time treasure. The time acceleration is only 20,000 times. You can make do with it? Lanyan said, and a small jade tower appeared in front of Yechen. This is indeed an immortal treasure. Time treasures are extremely precious and can assist in training. Time treasures that can accelerate up to 20,000 times are extremely precious and are several times more valuable than other treasures of the same level. Yechen, I have put a lot of time crystals in this, which is enough for you to practice for a long time. Yechen took over the Jade Tower and his spiritual consciousness penetrated into it. There were many time crystals in the Jade Tower. These time crystals are formed by condensing the laws of time, and each piece is very precious. Even if ordinary practitioners have time treasures, they rarely use time crystals to practice extravagantly. Time is not that valuable to them. Only the core members of powerful forces would have the luxury of using time crystals to practice. Lanyan's ability to reach the level of a top mortal immortal in her 20s is naturally inseparable from the fact that she often uses time treasures to practice. Miss Lanyan, thank you very much. Yechen said gratefully. The time pagoda with a training speed of 20,000 times is much faster than the acceleration in Tianyan Imperial Palace. This is not a makeshift treasure. You're welcome. By the way, Yechen, don't blame my father. When it comes to my matters, my father will be more stubborn and unreasonable, but in other aspects, my father is still relatively easy to talk to. Xuanhuan said that she didn't want her father and Ye Chen to get into trouble. Ye Chen nodded slightly, understood. Miss Lanyan, I also have a gift for you. Speaking of this, Ye Chen took out a space ring and handed it to Xuanhuan. Xuanhuan's consciousness penetrated into it, and she was stunned. Inside is a white jade sculpture, which is similar to her before, but looks older and much more beautiful. The whole statue is extremely expressive. In terms of sculpting, Ye Chen is also at the immortal level. Miss Lanyan, you are like this in my heart, and you will definitely recover in the future. Ye Chen smiled. As long as I stay in the Empress Palace, I am invincible. Author, New Dit. Chapter 380. Thanks. Xuanhuan said in a trembling voice, and she quickly left and returned to the palace where she lived. She hadn't looked in the mirror for a long time, but she took it out now. Looking at her extremely ugly self in the mirror, muddy tears kept flowing out of Xuanhuan's eyes. Since she became ugly, she has never hated herself for becoming ugly as much as she does now. There is a saying that goes well, when you have no money but don't feel poor. That's because you haven't met the girl you love yet. Xuanhuan is also in the same situation now. Although I only see Ye Chen for a while every day and only hear him play one piece of music, Ye Chen is already a bright light in Xuanhuan's dark heart. The gift from Ye Chen was a direct obstacle to her. She hates herself for being so ugly. Poof. 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 A dagger appeared in Xuanhuan's hand, and the sharp dagger kept piercing her own body. You bastard, please quickly identify yourself as your master. Did you hear that? Get out of my body. If you don't leave me, you will kill yourself. Then you won't have a good life. Xuanhuan shouted angrily. GG. A strange laughter sounded in Xuanhuan's mind. Host, if you die, do you think Ye Chen will die? Your father will kill him. Xuanhuan stopped. She hated herself for being so ugly. But if she dies, Ye Chen will really die too, and her father won't care so much. Host, accept your fate. Although you have become ugly, haven't I also made your talent better and better? Xuanhuan's system said. Xuanhuan said angrily, you made my talent and strength stronger for your own sake. In the end, you will still devour me and completely fulfill yourself. Xuanhuan's system is a parasitic system. After it parasitizes, the longer Xuanhuan becomes uglier, and at the same time, her talent will become stronger. When Xuanhuan has the strength of the glass body realm, it will devour Xuanhuan. Then Xuanhuan, a parasitic system, will choose other parasitic targets. Host, calm down, don't let your father discover anything unusual. If you let your father discover the abnormality, your father might become my host. Xuanhuan's system said lightly, Xuanhuan's father doesn't know the specific situation now. The system is beyond the rules. Even if Palace Master Xiao checks, it is impossible to detect the system in Xuanhuan's body. He will only think that she is hysterical. You can't parasitize my father. What about Ye Chen? The system's words made Xuanhuan calm down instantly. It would be terrible if the system parasitized Ye Chen. In the Brahma world, Ye Chen is also considering the problem of the Zillion system. System, do you think it is possible for Xuanhuan's system to take the initiative to cancel the ownership agreement with Xuanhuan? Ye Chen said in his mind. The system said, Host, there are many types of systems. Some systems can be de-identified as the master, and some systems cannot be de-identified as the master after being recognized as the master. I don't know exactly what category it is. Ye Chen's eyes flashed. System, if it is a system that can be de-identified, maybe it can be allowed to enter my body actively by then. If it enters my body, you can just swallow it. This month, Ye Chen often thought about this problem. Generally, the side effects of this method will be relatively large. If the system swallows up part of the power, the opponent may desperately try to counterattack Zi Lanyan. If Zi Lanyan was not a good person and did not have a powerful father, he could capture Zi Lanyan and then let his system violently devour her. But Zi Lanyan is extremely kind-hearted. Ye Chen, the master of Xiao Palace, couldn't afford to offend him either. The system said, "Host, if the other party's system is indeed a system that can remove the host, your method may indeed be successful." Ye Chen's eyes flickered. As long as the identity of the master can be lifted, I believe that this method has a great chance of success. I think the other party should have a system that can be released. The relationship with the host is at a standstill. If the host cannot be released, doesn't Zi Lanyan have a way to control it? For example, if Zi Lanyan asked her father to freeze her for a long time, wouldn't the system also be frozen? Ye Chen systematically said, "You have to find a way to confirm this when the time comes." Ye Chen nodded. Time gradually passed for another 3 months. Ye Chen signed in 9 times in total, and naturally got a lot of good things. With the Time Crystal Tower, he can practice at an accelerated speed of 20,000 times. With Ye Chen's current training speed, he has made rapid progress. However, Ye Chen's cultivation level is still at the realm of mortal immortals. The 4 realms of immortality, mortal immortal, eternal life, flower of the other shore, and glazed body, each realm is a long training process, and it is not easy to break through. Even if there are all the treasures obtained by signing in, and even if time is accelerated 20,000 times, Ye Chen estimates that it will take 2 years for him to break through to the ultimate realm of immortality. Zi Lanyan reached the realm of mortal immortals 3 years ago, but has not yet broken through. Zi Lanyan's talent is also very good, and she has no shortage of skills and resources. Of course, when it comes to resources, Zi Lanyan still enjoys less resources than Ye Chen. Zi Lanyan does not have extremely powerful techniques like the Chaos Immortal Sutra. "Miss Lanyan, how are you?" Ye Chen smiled and played 3 more songs for Zi Lanyan. At first it was just 1 song a day. Later, Ye Chen added 3 songs to Zi Lanyan every day. Anyway, playing 2 more songs would only take 10 more minutes for Ye Chen. "Ye Chen, your piano skills seem to have become much better. Have you reached the level of immortality?" Zi Lanyan said in surprise. She felt that Ye Chen's piano skills had improved a lot. "Right." Ye Chen smiled and nodded. In the most recent check-in, he signed in an immortal piano player. It is worth mentioning that the state of immortality does not mean ruthlessness and righteousness. The reason why immortals are immortal is because the immortal level experts are slow to improve. Most of the immortal level experts still have many relatives when they are in the world of mortals. When you reach the realm of immortality, it is even more difficult to improve. In the long years, your loved ones will die, and endless loneliness will swallow them up. Eternal life may be a kind of torture. In such torture, many powerful people in the realm of immortality have gone to a dead end. Kill yourself. Strictly speaking, the state of immortality is not only not a state of ruthlessness, but on the contrary, it is a state of extreme emotion. It will be easier for a strong person who has relatives and lovers to pass the realm of immortality. Ye Chen, your piano skills have reached the level of immortality, and your music is even better. It's a pity that I can't listen to your music recently. Zi Lanyan said. Ye Chen was confused. Zi Lanyan said, "I should be about to break through to the realm of immortality. I have to practice in seclusion. I will try to break through within half a month, and then spend another half-month consolidating my cultivation." In fact, Zi Lanyan didn't expect her breakthrough at all before, but now she does have some expectations. If she breaks through and becomes stronger, she may be able to help Ye Chen more in the future. Are you about to break through? Okay, let's meet in a month and I'll talk to you about something then. Ye Chen smiled. In 1 month, there is only 1 month left before the engagement. We have to find a way to deal with the system in Zi Lanyan's body. What's up? Zi Lanyan said curiously. Ye Chen smiled and said, it's a good thing, but I won't tell you now, I'll tell you next month.